Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm OP, and in today's episode we'll be going over some of the best highlights from every matchup during the Quarterfinals Worlds 2023. Without further ado, let's dive straight into the action.
Yep, needs to stack that up, wants to be able to have an empowered spell here for this. Hits level 4. Cold Meek already used here. Contracts coming around now with a harrowed path. Flash, stun, follow-up coming in from Contracts. The Shy trying to get back. He goes unstoppable. They wanted to save a little bit of extra damage. They don't quite have it. Contracts back underneath the tier 1 turret. It will be a 1-for-1 trade. First blood over to Energy.
From him though. Not well aware enough.
No.
Contracts does clear out the ward, but they don't know Xiaohu's lines here still.
Yeah, Xiaohu coming around from the side. Prop Blossom! He goes for the flash and he finds the engage. Now they're gonna finally take out Contracts as Xiaohu set the trap and he gets the payoff. But can Weiwei get away? The level 5 Rel still trying to escape and he's reinforced in time. A shockwave coming out from Palafox and Xiaohu's gonna be caught in the back half of the fight. Weiwei's still sticking around as Palafox gets the second kill of the game for Gen.G. FBI and Ignar still moving forward, but they're
will be able to get the dragon, although Gen.G are in position. Weiwei's even, our Contracts, sorry, has even come back in. So Weiwei will be able to get it, but will they back away here? Nah, they're going to be able to walk. But
All the Shy back.
They have the information, but they don't have the numbers. Weiwei goes over the wall. He wants to try to contest it. Instead, it's going to be secured. And now Weiwei's stuck in the pit. He has to crash down over the wall to escape, but Dokla's ready to follow him. May have been a bit of an error here from the top side of Energy, but the dominance from Dokla's ready to keep the fight going. Palafox goes in, and Weiwei's trying to go out. Dokla's on pursuit. Palafox won't grab the kill just yet, but Palafox is finally going to get it now. Dokla over the wall. The Shy in the ground. Energy get two.
The North lane priority into a dragon take for themselves to even up the count. The question is, what is the counterplay here from Webo? Weiwei tried to sneak in, but FBI got
Hellfire Flash, and they're going to be good to go.
But it looks like Weiwei does not want to let it go. A TP's coming in. Webo ready to contest. Herald's down low, still has the eyeball opened here. Energy backing away. They know how powerful the AoE engage is. Coming out from Webo, but instead it's going to be secured by Energy. Contracts moves in.
Now Gen.G have the opportunity to do so as well.
It might be the most important one on the opponent team as Ignar wants to follow up on him, but Ignar doesn't have a flash either.
This top catch could be in a whole lot of trouble. They're going to burst him down. Big Stand only keeps him alive for an extra second. Xiaohu's into the back. They stun up Palafox. He tries to get some damage back, but it ain't going to work. The Shy goes all out, and Palafox is his next target. FBI and Dokla's trying to get away, but it's a shutdown over the Shy. Webo just got two, and Baron's on the menu.
Yeah, they're going to go right over and try and bait in Energy. Contracts is still alive, but he has no ult and no flash. So he would have to walk around the front. Webo!
The turning point. Webo found their moment. Energy are going to need a big play to try to triumph here. Dokla's here on the front line, popping the dominance. Needs to try to stop these guys a little bit better. Contracts wanted to go in, but Baron's still at 3K. Dokla falling back. Stun from FBI, back on the Weiwei. Xiaohu is low, but Dokla's lower. Contracts still in a position here in the bot side of the river. Webo will not get the Baron in 3v5. Energy, fight him off.
FBI needs to be careful though. As long as you can keep them pushed back, you can go for the Baron yourself. Gen.G, they're TPing in. They might have just found the Baron themselves.
They're gonna go for it. DPS check right now.
Let's see if they can burn it down in time. Webo, they still have full health on light, but it's the Shy and Weiwei who don't have a lot to work with. Energy burning the Baron low. Webo backs off. Energy are going to find themselves a Baron. Weiwei having to fully disengage as Dokla goes over the wall. The big purple worm goes to the 6,000 HP left on the objective. Energy still approaching. Dokla coming over now. The Shy looking to approach from behind. Webo, we're going in for the engage. They want the collapse. Weiwei's going to find one target, but it's only Contracts. Pop Blossom hits nobody. Contracts in the stasis, keeping himself alive as the Shy is now isolated from everybody else, but it's Dokla singing the same song. FBI fires off the ulti as the Croc tries to run, but the Shy's on the hunt. Dokla's low, and he flashes away from the third hit of the Intofo strikes. Ignar looking to come back in as Palafox guns the Shy down. Contracts again looking to play the edges, skirt the absolute limits of the fight. FBI throws a
Ramble, and they split so that oh, never mind. We're gonna look for another one.
Ignar throwing out the tongue lash. Xiaohu in danger. Palafox throws out the ball. Weiwei is low. A lot of damage onto Xiaohu, but instead it's going to be Ignar killed off. A massive amount of damage coming out from Light. He won't get the snipe, and Xiaohu falls. A 1-for-1 trade on the back end, but now Palafox may be in danger. Weiwei trying to trade with him as Palafox continues his retreat. The rest of the team coming up to reinforce as Light is still a force to be reckoned with. Weibo maintain control over the top side.
They're
river,
desperate.
And
They're desperate.
Begin the Baron.
Palafox did TP back in with his death cap, so he's going to stick around. FBI going to do the same. They're waiting for Dokla. There's the TP. Time to get Weibo.
Everybody's back in. Crisp is down to 20% HP. The Shy jumps. He goes after FBI, and the Senna has been isolated and brought down. Dokla goes into the pit, but Weibo has the Baron. Dokla wants to clean him up, but he ain't going to find anybody and has to dice back over the wall. Weibo with a massive dub.
The Shockwave couldn't get onto
Mid lane inhib. Now they got to be careful on Energy's side. There's threats in so many places. The Shy's going to get jumped on by 2, but the mid lane inhib is still being taken down. First inhib falls, and the Shy is again fearless back in the bottom lane. Contracts goes back into the fountain to heal up and shop, but Weibo can still keep this pressure going. Contracts and the rest of Energy, are they even going to make a stand? Bottom lane inhibitor falls. Baron's still up for another 15 seconds. Weibo are not stopping. Energy have to try to hold this line, and it looks like they may be able to clear out the minions. Contract with the defensive ulti. Dokla loses Sterix. Light's damage is absolutely brutal.
This train is keep on chugging for Weibo, and Light wants to hit them like a truck. Can he get in here?
Contracts taking a lot of DPS. He's got to back away. The minion wave finally thinned out as the
Reset coming through for Dokla. They're going to try and TP him back in. Looks like NRG have said, look, we can't really take this fight. Let's just try and take the dragon so we have something. Baron goes across, and I mean, to Weibo, how far do you want to push this?
Well, Weibo are just walking down mid lane, it looks like. Remember, they're the ones who have the empowered recall. It's not Energies. The Dragon's going to be slain, but Weibo's just running straight down mid. They're summoning up the TP. Palafox and Dokla want to try to stop him. The Shy's reinforcing. The Demolish proc ready to go. First Nexus Turret is already almost down. Xiaohu takes it out. Now they go in after Palafox as Weiwei won't be able to 100 to 0, but instead it's going to be Nexus Turrets dying. The full engage comes out.
The Shockwave!
Ulti over the top keeps him alive. Ignar's still standing, but he backs away. Xiaohu somehow staying alive as Light kills Contract. Energy will fall, and Weibo are the ones to knock him down. All 5 still alive. The LPL takes game 1.
Light, deathless, because this is way more dive focused and way more targeted focus on him than the last round.
Yeah, Weibo have so many options, right, with their comp. They can both play to peel and kite back, as well as to set up their own plays, set up their own initiative, especially with Xiaohu.
Starting their own jungle path here at the enemy Raptors, as Weiwei is going to steal that one away, and Contracts now under pressure from the enemy jungler. He's going to have to be careful. It's level 1 versus level 2. Rel's not normally a duelist, but he's dueling Contracts straight to the death. Shattering Strike. Contracts trying to run it off, has to flash. Weiwei absolutely throttles Contracts' early plan.
And that's a disaster.
It's the smallest one on the Rift. Top lane, it's a lead for the Shy. Mid lane, it's a lead for Xiaohu. Weibo is just outlaning Energy across the Rift right now. They've got a 600 gold lead with no kills. Now Ignar is going to get rooted up by the Gravitum. Crash down from Weiwei. First blood, and it goes over to Crisp.
This is so good from Weibo, just going, hey, look, as long as we control this bottom.
Aatrox, but he said after that one, his coaches talked to him and they're like, hey, yo, so Freak buffed up the Gore Drinker and a lot of the, never mind, we're going to go for a bottom side dive here. Energy, they kill the ward, they're still gonna go.
Energy wants to make the 4-man play. They got the Unbreakable Will and they're ready to start. Weiwei's already here for the counter attack, but they jump in. The Killer Instinct's gonna find Light, and he's already down. Ignar with a flash away to make sure he doesn't pay one back. Pop Blossom only finds one. Xiaohu's gonna pick up Ignar, but now he might be taken down. The Shy teleports in. World Enders ready to end their world, baby. FBI staying alive only for a moment to kill Xiaohu, but now they're trapped between a rock and a hard place. FBI falls. There's nothing left. Energy are crushed. It's 5 kills over to Weibo. Throwing the ball into the brush. Weiwei having to back away again now. 5,000 HP left for the Baron. Weiwei goes in with a Magnet Storm. Pop Blossom's gonna find one, but nothing else. Killer Instinct into the back line, but FBI's gonna die. Light gets the first kill, and Ignar has to run. Xiaohu stays alive, and Energy are crushed. A double kill back over to Light. The Shy puts a blade through the heart of Contracts, and Palafox and Dokla can do nothing but look on as Weibo will absolutely decimate North America's team.
The combo was separated from NRG, and Weibo pounds immediately onto RNG, and now they turn towards the Baron.
Light did such a good job kiting back with his Gale Force. Now though, Baron, 6,000 HP and dropping.
Game number 1, they had to do a 3v5, now it's a 2v4. Dokla going in, they're trying to find the damage onto Weiwei. Dokla kills him off, and the Baron's not gonna be taken just yet. Dokla's still fighting, the shot in the Q3, but he ain't gonna grab it. Dokla dashing back out of the way of the Infernal Chains, and once again, Energy, outman, defend the Baron.
It's all game 1 again! Are we gonna turn towards the Baron once more?
Well, Palafox and Dokla, they look like they're recalling Dokla here. He's got his teleport. They're going to go for it.
Again.
They're going for the same play.
They're doing it again. Energy going after the Baron. The response from Weibo, what's it going to be? Baron down to 5,000. Weiwei's still dead.
Finish!
TP
Finish!
in. World Ender's still there. Baron dropped. However, the Pop Blossom just found 3. Xiaohu goes in. The massive shockwave nearly kills Light and Chris. Xiaohu's hanging on. Contract turning it right back around on the Light, but he won't be able to find enough damage. Dokla can't do it either. As Energy bodies hit the floor all over the river, they got the Baron, but it's Weibo who takes their lives.
What?
Not enough damage. Weibo nearly gets a kill, but not quite.
Positioning for Weibo in mid though, they want the Cassante.
They go in, but the Pathmaker gets him away back underneath the tier 2. Is it gonna be enough just yet? Yes, it will! Light is unstoppable, and he shines bright with the rest of Weibo underneath the tier 2, or what was left of it after the push finds its way forward. It's a 6,000 gold lead for Weibo, and they're looking for the enemy base. Inhibitor turret under pressure. Weiwei leading the way as he has to crash down backwards, but a big ulti coming in from Light yet again. Ignar and Contracts now having a retreat as the tier 3 turret starts to crumble. Weibo is a machine once they get ahead, and they're not stopping yet. Palafox is run down, and Light is making a highlight reel out of these guys.
Run from it! Hide from it! Love it or hate it! Aphelios has made it to the world stage, and Weibo want to ride those coattails to just sorry.
It was, please don't. Okay, fine, sorry. Meanwhile, now they're looking for the Shy. Pick their way back in.
All right, they're going after the Aatrox, but he's already got the Sterix. He's finding a lot of healing, but it ain't going to be enough. Shut down over to Contracts. Xiaohu makes a TP, but what can they find? Ignar looking to regroup. They got to try to save FBI. He slammed back into the ground, and Xiaohu found him. Now we got a 4v4. Even fight, but it looks like Weibo doesn't want to take. All right, everybody grouped up around mid. North America is very familiar with this situation. The Shy getting jumped on by Contracts here, loses a little bit of HP, but nothing too serious. Jumping right back in, goes for the Q3, but he won't find it. Now with the World Ender, Ignar with a knock-up onto 2. They crash down into FBI. He's under pressure. The Shy is still alive. Dokla goes all out with the Ball Blossom, finds another one. The Shy's still not going to be killed just yet, but FBI finally got him. Ignar giving the other 2 away. Energy going for the team fight. Ignar, the target. He can't be saved, and Light is godlike. It's a 4v4 on the Rift, as Weibo have control over the Drake Pit, and Contracts has no way in. Mountain Soul goes over to Weibo.
They don't have any opportunity to get in. Palafox is looking for something sneaky. Has no damage, no ult available.
And Mons, he's right there. Ignar's got to take the long way, and I hope the Cal's been doing his cardio. Energy, there's no way they get there in time. The Baron's already at 5K. Weibo's gonna get the Soul. Weibo's gonna get the Baron. Weibo's got everything. Contracts tries to get away with the Vault Breaker, tries to stay alive. Dokla's in the middle of everybody. The Shockwave Asante, he gets the Shockwave placement over for Palafox. A massive Q3, but there's no follow-up. Weibo's in trouble as FBI and Contracts are now fighting the Shy. They take him low, but they can't take him down. The Shy's Aatrox is a raid boss, and he's still fighting. Ignar finally drops him as they come in with a massive counterattack, and the Pop Blossom claims FBI. The follow-up claims Ignar, and Weibo is about to take the game.
Energy got hard.
They may have got the raid boss, but it's not gonna matter. Weibo still pushing. They go in after the enemy carry. Palafox trying to get away, and he barely survives. Now Contract, he's the sacrificial lamb. Light is legendary, and Dokla and Palafox cannot stop him. Game number 1 was close. Game number 2, absolutely not. Dokla can't do it. He goes all out, but he's only gonna buy a moment. Light is legendary, and Weiwei leads the charge. The Nexus is under pressure as Palafox keeps trying to fight back, but the Aphelios will take Nexus number 2, and Weibo hits match.
When you have Sejuani plus Yone, and you jump on the Jace, your Yone E's, your Sejuani gets in there, you hold the Q, and you use that stun priority. If they can take control of mid lane, then maybe they can make that leak into the other lanes.
The dream team fight setup for Energy, and now it's Contracts invading Weiwei this time around.
And the bottom lane will leak over here. Karma already coming. Ignar heading up.
Crisp also rotating. He's only got 300 HP here on the Heimerdinger. Weiwei throws the sapling over the wall, goes in after Ignar. The follow-up comes out from the grenade. A lot of damage on Ignar, who has to flash away. Weiwei's ready for the follow. First blood over to Crisp. They even secure the blue. They might even find enough damage back into Contracts. Now who has to flash away? Weiwei survives. Crisp coming up and making the
that control around the Dragons. This game is going to become way, way easier for them.
Speaking of Weiwei, he's once again going after his favorite thing. Contracts his chicken camp. Jumping in now with a twisted advance. Xiaohu coming around to help him. Contracts! What was that? What was that?
His Q got dodged. That was like watching a matador.
Guard, but basically this tree has been taken. This hopping all around the map with him, and it's caused major issues. Now there's the Dragon gone as well. Contracts is only going to be looking at that. Look at Weiwei. He's like, I'm going straight for the bot lane dive.
And he's already summoning up the twisted advance. FBI's gonna get caught out here at the beginning, gets cleansed, trying to get away from it still, flashing to drag Weiwei with him, but it ain't gonna matter. FBI just gets shot to pieces. Light grabs the kill. 3-0 game for Weibo.
Weiwei's back in his home, bottom lane. Good force from him with the Maokai ultimate. They've got what they came for. They got the push. Weiwei wants a little bit more. Can he smite fight on this? Contracts doesn't have his smite anymore. And Weiwei gets rooted up.
Yep, Weiwei rooted up. The Ignite comes down as well. Contract's still going after him. Gets the Arctic Assault that time. Flashing after him. Palafox wants in here. They go in to facilitate the E. Palafox grabbing the kill. Energy is on the board.
A kill just where they need it. Into the hope here for
just barely getting pipped by this twisted advance. Sets up then for Weibo.
Back to live. Palafox in a bad spot. He tries to use the Soul Unbound, but it's not going to get him away from this one. Xiaohu takes the kill. Weibo picking up their 4th kill of the game with control over the top side.
Turret plates mid. Rift Out immediately used, and they can transition over to Dragon as well.
Yeah, especially with Light getting that damage onto FBI on the bot side. Ignar trying to see if he can wrap around. He's beat Chris to the punch, but can he get on towards Light to get a kill?
Ooh, Light trying to play super aggressively. Now he tries to get away as Ignar's going in. A little bit more damage. True shot, barrage strikes true, and Light falls down. Xiaohu wanted to join in with a teleport just in case.
Trying to give this space over towards NRG. Palafox having push in mid, going to make things a bit easier for them to start to move over towards the bottom side.
Oh, Ignar, blinking, you'll miss it. Xiaohu sets the trap, and Ignar walks right in. Weibo grabbed their 5th kill of the game as a TP summoned up for Energy, and they want to try to get something back. Palafox arrives, but it's all too little. Or you would have to think, a little bit more damage coming out there. The Jace extra attack speed allowing him to put the DPS into it. True shot barrage over the top, going after the minions. Ain't gonna get it done. First turn of the game goes to Weibo.
And you can look at the map. Look at where the Shy is. Weibo knows the card. You can see how big an advantage Xiaohu has gained for his team here, and he wants to try and continue it forward.
All right, Weiwei is the target this time, but again, Energy cannot get the CC chain they need to guarantee these kills. Even when they find that first part of it, the rest isn't there. Palafox versus the Shy up in the top part of the map. Soul Unbound. Oh no! A rock to the face! Learn your place! The Shy absolutely decimates him there in the 1v1. That wasn't even close. Dokla now losing to Xiaohu in the bottom lane. Drops the equalizer. It ain't gonna matter. Flashing the auto attacks. Weibo is just better.
That's the Xiaohu that
he's trying to catch the wave mid.
FBI and the rest of Energy trying to take control over this bot side river and set up for the Drake.
Gone.
Xiaohu's already on a rampage. Palafox is gone. The twisted advance is out. Equalizer over the top, but Dokla's going to be the target here as Xiaohu finally shut down. FBI taking the credit on that one, but he's traded back over to Dokla, who dies to Light. Meanwhile, Ignar makes an escape to the Hex Gates, and now Weiwei and the rest of Weibo have control over this Drake. They have control over the river. They have a 4v3 on the Rift. Contracts, you don't want to go in there, buddy. It's no way out. Soul point over to Weibo.
huge stuff for Weibo. So much
control as they start to siege up, but you see here, Weibo push out mid, Xiaohu goes into the darkness, and Palafox is gone immediately.
Trailed as they teleport on it, actually. Energy are making a strike at a possible comeback. Can they get him? Contracts ult!
Palafox goes in. Xiaohu's a big target if they can take him down. He wants to disengage,
They got him.
but the damage on the Soul Unbound is enough to secure the kill. Now what about the counter punch? Energy trying to escape. Weibo and the Shy still going forward. The Shy has the hull breaker. Very, very powerful. If he's isolated, remember, gives him a ton of extra resistance.
Four-man threat, and then the sideline pressure. The sideline pressure, though, might come back to bite the Shy.
All right, Energy sending 3 men after him. Make it 4 as the TP's coming in. The Shy trying to fight these guys. Just jumps back over the head. Styling on him for now, but can he continue getting away? Twisted advance over the top. True shot barrage to get it done. The Shy falls first. Equalizer now falling as Contract drops. Xiaohu's got the damage, and Palafox has to retreat. Weiwei leading the charge yet again with a twisted advance as Dokla barely stays alive. Weiwei having a flash out. Double kill back over to Xiaohu. Palafox goes in, gets one back of his own. Light still trying to get another kill. There's so many low health bars on Energy. Weibo come out on top. It's a 2-for-2 trade, but the health bars favor Weibo.
Soul is up and ready to be taken. They started out here. Hex gates. We've got FBI coming from the base. There's a Hex gate here. They're going to go for it.
This is it.
Caitlyn traps.
Energy trying to approach on this, but Weibo, they know it's so huge if they get it. The engage is immediately going to find Chris, but now Energy's got to be careful. The dragon's been claimed. The soul belongs to Weibo. The game belongs to Weibo. Everything's about to go to Weibo. Xiaohu's in a killing spree. 2 are already dead on Energy's side. Palafox is going to join him, and Weibo are merciless.
The first year that all 4 seeds of the LPL get to a quarterfinal. Here as he's forced to run away. As long as you've got this Baron buff, you are delighted as Wave.
Light just using that ace in the hole to chip away at the health of FBI, who does not have a lot of sustain. Palafox going over the wall, doesn't find anything with the ulti except a dab. Now they got the Maokai. The Shy's ready for the follow-up. He locks down 2. Ignor's dead. Dokla's dead. There's no chance left for Energy as FBI is sniped from downtown. A double kill. Back for Xiaohu. He's ready to silence the doubters, to quiet the haters. Weibo is going to go through those Nexus turrets like butter. Hope is a dangerous thing, and Weibo will crush the hopes of North America, crush the Nexus turrets, and crush this quarterfinal. They are
tough to consistently get the CCs. I really like this from Sean. Continued attention towards the bot side. Paze and the Light are pretty full. Do have their summoners available, but even blowing them would already be a big win.
Only cleanse on Paze as well. On can look for that handshake. Delight standing in front. There's the ignite. Paze cleanses with a flash follow from Shun means the Paze. Paze the ultimate price bailout on won't get him out of dodge this time. 1-for-1 trade in the bottom lane.
The play is worth it though in the lane itself, so they can just keep information as to whether or not Peanut is trying any lane ganks, and you can see that PLG's game plan is so committed to playing around bots.
On's gonna get rooted. He doesn't have flash, remember. Flash forward by Peanut and On pays the price in the bottom lane. Gen.G back on the board. Paze gets his second of the game. Doran trading in the top lane. Grandmaster's Might onto Bin. Bin tries to turn it back around. Doran trying to get the empowered autos off. Both of them still have their flash.
On's lack of summoner spells, and now they have the kill lead.
Ooh, Doran might get hot here.
Does have flash. Counter-strike early. Shun trying to get away from it. Eats a honey fruit, and it's fine for the moment. Doran forced away. Wave is crashing in, but you can see Peanut already worked his way up through this topside jungle, so if a dive does occur or materialize, Peanut is in the right position at the right time, and the Nut Gods looking for something as they go forward. Bin has to flash away. Doran has a flash follow. Counter-strike coming out, and Bin is locked up and sent packing by Gen.G.
And Peanut is pathing. This game has been immaculate. Covering for the early to cover for a potential dive and make a counterplay. Oh, you go. Is forced to flash. We immediately saw the pings go down. However, Gen.G trying to contest this hero there. I don't know if Peanut reinforcements are on the way.
Delight's on his way across. No Fate's Call yet for Elk, so half the time on that, but they do have the hostile takeover if they want to look for more. Shun goes in, they find Paze. Cataclysm down, but the Devour already used by Delight. Now the hostile takeover popping as well. The shield from Paze, he tries to cleanse away, but he's slowed. Severum's gonna heal him up, but Peanut pulled back with a handshake, and BLG win out the skirmish.
Really big win there for BLG, and this is the disrespect that we saw Gen.G show.
MSI, Elk was one of the breakout standout players of the entire tournament. People were putting him in the conversation for best performing AD as Chovy.
Gao has flash, but he's not going to be able to get away from Peanut, who lands the stun immediately. The shockwave only catches onto Chovy, and Yagao is going to get chased down here. Chovy puts down the soldiers, and Yagao is buried beneath their feet. Doran with a good jump away, but Shun chases in, and still it's only Shun that's picked up kills for BLG.
And it's punch and immediate counter punch. Gen.G are able to punish the Orianna, as we saw. Jokingly is able to say, hey, you know, I'm not the star, I don't have a lot going on. But in his play, I think you can see he has a lot of these moments as the contest is going to come through.
TP in. Shun can look for this. Counter TP burnt by Yagao. Shun on the front line. Bin's going to dash across the wall. The Rift out down to 1,000. Hostile takeover, though, is going to do so much work. Pays already berserk as the light is forced away, and now Doran's in the midst of BLG, and Bin is looking to send him packing into the recycling. He goes. Come back next time as Bin chases the rest of Gen.G away. Gen.G picked this fight, and they do not want it anymore. Chovy has to burn the flash as the voyage out from Delight is abyssal, and the fight for Gen.G was abysmal.
It's at this point in the game where BLG want to fight you, and Gen.G, Chovy looks for a play, gets the flash out of Elk, but...
Try and walk across here, but Yagao's doing a really good job of keeping the ball down. Peanut now going to try and chase forward, but Yagao is in the right position to stop them. The Magnus Storm for Peanut, he's nowhere near them! It's just miles away. They got an EpiPen or something, because Peanut not doing anything to them as BLG secure the ocean. And that was a Peanut at Worlds moment if I've ever seen one.
The engage goes wide. Gen.G now don't have an easy way to start the fight. Doran
gonna get brought back, pops the stopwatch, handshake coming out, Moonlight Vigil does hit the Infernum, there's the hostile takeover, Cataclysm onto the backline though, and Doran's been locked up, the Shockwave finds him. The Devourer comes out as Chovy starts to retreat, but already it's 2 kills to BLG, and Gen.G are found wanting by the unwanted aggression from BLG. Gen.G, with not too much gain, they have mid-wave prio, but will it be enough? Elder spawns, Elk starts it, Bin keeps Doran and Peanut at bay. No flash for Peanut, remember, just burnt it. But he can get into this fight. The Shockwave finds Chovy, Delight, and Pays now beginning to step it up. Devour available for Delight. Pays dodges the Berserk for the hostile takeover. Already finds one, and Bin is done with this game. The Elder secure. Pays tries to dash away, but Bin puts him in his place as BLG clean up in the river.
And BLG immediately head towards the bot side of the map. Wave is ready. No turret standing there. Doran desperately trying to draw some attention, but it was not enough, and BLG take a resounding victory here in game number 1, and it looks like Gen.G and Messiah might have been half a year ago, but it's not looking that different in game number 1.
I tell you, there's all the time between these two teams, it seems, as BLG come out to an early lead and are able to snowball it away from Gen.G. A few mistakes for Gen.G. Doran as well in the top lane specifically had struggled into Bin after a few good early forays, and BLG never let go of the reins. Gen.G respawning, but the Elder still stands on BLG, and they can look for the fight. The Magnus Storm finds 2, but Pays pulled back, and he's just deleted by the laser. Peanut follows suit, and BLG playing with Gen.G as they clean it up to go 1-0 up in this quarterfinal.
Shun's only death to the Nexus at the very end. The game, they have a lot of options. Expectations are that they would look to play through bot once again early on into the game. This top matchup is going to be super interesting. Rumble into Aatrox is something that, well, we haven't seen a huge amount on the patch. Like, the Shy can...
Hugs from Delight, that shield coming out, keeping Pays topped up around 300 health. The heal early here as they look for the chase. Elk and On both have their flashes. Elk already invested a Ghost flash forward, twisted advance, knocked back onto On. And Gen.G played to this tune in game 1. The bailout coming out and On will be brought back. And now Delight is next on the menu, and Elk can turn it around. Double buffs for him. It's going to be 2, but a great flash from Delight. Got escape from Elk. 2 kills.
Back into range of Elk to get that execution. If nothing else, they were going to get a 1-for-1. They turned it into 2-for-1. Now BLG look for the dive.
Knock up on door, and he tries to flash away, but the chase is there, and the Ignite is ticking. Bing tanking, the tower shots can flash away. Peanut trying to answer as well, but he can't face the might of BLG's top and jungle.
He just doesn't...
For them, a little bit over-eager at times to find a good play. Since then, he has been so consistent. He's been such an integral part of the 15-1 record that BLG maintained through the regular season. Shun here smites away. On is looking for a little bit more. They can harass.
No flash.
Pays
Peanut
has flash though. They look for Peanut. The handshake's going to pull him back at Peanut. Even in the cozy campfire will find nothing but death and despair. Pays now chased away, has the flash to get across the wall. They try and turn onto Shun, but Pays has to burn his flash as Chovy goes in, but Shun won't even fall. The bailout was on him, wouldn't have revived him, but BLG are just outplaying Gen.G.
And it's to come back into that game. And then against G2, they looked very convincing for the large part outside of losing game 2. Doran now going for a bit of a trade. Nice trading against Bin.
It's on his way with a Nature's Grasp as well, but you can see Shun ready to react. Bin rooted up. Shun is on his way. The equalizer down, and Doran's burning. Bin trying to turn it around, and Doran will fall first, and Peanut's buried next to his brother as BLG's strike.
Bin just refuses to fall. The man in the...
Bit of exaggeration, any game we have seen at Worlds as the TP comes up towards the top lane. Chovy's going to knock Bin back, and finally, Gen.G are finding something proactive. Bin is going to try and get his way away here. Will fall down, equalize on the wave to make sure it's cleared out. Gen.G find a small glimpse of hope. Oh, just flashing the wall. So
what
probably
just
timing someone's flash, but he just flashes in. Maybe he thought he could catch Elk. They did have a ward in there, but now that's the third Drake of the game over to BLG, and it is looking dire for Gen.G.
And before at MSI. But, you know, that's me. I have a bit of a personal stake as in they go.
Do find engage onto Shun. He has the flash, goes in with the Cataclysm, and now there's the TP. Hostile takeover from On as well. Is going to catch 2. The equalizer down, and Chovy is burning in the river. Lava underneath his feet as Doran probably regretting that lack of flash now as Yagao catches him with the shockwave. The EQ combo from Shun sends him to an... BLG just haven't been making too many mistakes through these games. There's the Nature's Grasp as Gen.G look for something. Baron up in 10 seconds. If you find a fight here, maybe you can turn it into more. The hostile takeover being popped. Chovy dodges away from the shockwave as Peanuts in the back of the pit. Doran trying to get onto Elk, but Elk's yet untouched. And Doran, the warm hugs are not enough to keep him alive as Elk flashes forward. Pays is about to meet his maker as Elk sends him into the dirt.
And BLG coming from a mile away. Gen.G in the desperation try to get anything, force a fight, but with the summoner still available, it's just not enough. And BLG about to take Baron and a resounding 2-0 lead in this series, surely from here on out with
bits of their next. But they are too far behind, it feels.
And I really do feel like that we're seeing the return of the regular season BLG.
Yeah.
It's been a bit of an up and down.
The Nexus, Yagao keeps everyone interested as the equalizer popped on Pays.
That's TP.
Doran trying to defend, been pulled back. TP available for Yagao as now he recalls. Elk takes the first Nexus tower and BLG start to disengage.
I'm pretty sure Yagao actually flashed Chovy.
Oh, Pays is rooted! The breath of life! Oh, just about keeps Pays alive, but now Bin and Shun are looking for more. They've taken Doran, Bin will fall. Yagao TP's in, no shockwave on him for about 20 seconds, but the EQ flash onto Chovy, he dashes in, but the Elk has the escape tool. Feathers fly and Gen.G die in their own base. The Baron buff remains for 20 seconds more. Pays has flash. No ult, no dash away as he now flashes to escape. Only the cannon minion surviving here, but BLG makes the push a little.
Coaching for Shun, obviously monstrously strong, has the Shojin finish as well. Gen.G, it's a 13k gold deficit here. You're fighting against Infernal Soul. Even with a steal, I don't think it's enough.
The thing is, even if it's a steal, you get the fight that you look for, but Peanut decides the minions battering down the base. Shun goes forward with the flag and drag, and that's another inhibitor tower forfeit by Gen.G and happily taken by BLG. Time is running out for Gen.G, at least in this game, maybe in Worlds, if they can't find a way to fight back against BLG in Game 3.
BLG were underdogs at MSI, they're underdogs here again at Worlds, but despite that they stand strong and they're looking to go to match point against Gen.G.
It has been destruction, demolition, the most one-sided series we have seen in a while here at Worlds. Peanut has to flash away, the Cataclysm in will end Chovy's day, and now Doran and the rest of Gen.G can only stand and watch on the fountain, but even there, they are not safe from the unending assault of BLG.
And BLG, 2 ends. I think is best champion outside of the Jax. Then you have, again, that combo of the Orianna and the Jarvan. Shun has had an incredible series thus far. I think the only upside is that, you know, I think the Braum is better into Nautilus, but the two
single dragon so far
in this series thus far. Yeah, I don't know the dragon takes for MSI, but I wouldn't be surprised if it holds true there as well.
I mean, bot lane prio gives you that. It's like if you want to play through bot lane to dragon, Having the bot lane that always gets the push helps you out a huge amount, as we see the Dragon. When you are expected to beat the second seed from the LPL, when you are the favorites coming in, only extenuate those circumstances as the Nature's Grasp comes out. Smite secured by Peanut as they look for the engage world ender. Chobi with a great base seal locks up two. Yagao trying to join the fray, bin low, but he's able to dash away. Dorman going forward. First blood to Gen.G, and signs of life for Gen.G, and signs of life here in Busan.
And Yagao doesn't have flash because of the earlier play. We'll see if Peanut can extend, but he dies!
Shockwave, Peanut goes timber, ace in the hole onto light. The Glacial Fisher going wide, but flash ignite into the Piltover Peacemaker is enough for BLG in the bottom lane.
Work. 2v2 kill found. Delight now.
Depth charge onto Elk. He still has flash, he still has heal, but where's he gonna dash to? As the Gen.G bot lane comes to life as well. Gen.G 2-2 now. They have the Rift Herald in the pocket of Peanut. Do they want to just put it down?
Equalize the kills, and Pade's getting a crucial one. Will help close the gold gap between him and Elk. He needs those plates, and he's going to get some gold off the back of that. So a much needed play there for Gen.G. Delight finds his opportunity.
Chobi going in with the Soul Unbound, pull back with the shockwave, but he can dash away. The face seal blocked though with the Cataclysm, and Chobi will fall every time Gen.G get on the board. BLG answer.
For BLG has been really big this series.
Yagao has no ultimate. Peanut has his. The Nature's Grasp possibility is there's the Glacial Fisher. Nature's Grasp used, but they all line up. Good hook onto the back line as the TP is now invested from either side. Chobi trying to come in from the top side of the fight, but Doran's already dead. And now Pade's having to cleanse away. The ace in the hole finds his prey, but only 100 HP left now on
The kills, and surely pick up the Dragon as well.
Yeah, I mean, that response from Bin, we saw him do this so much in the G2 series, the rate at which he's able to react to a TPs to make these cross-map.
I feel like Gen.G haven't truly won a single skirmish, right? It's always been a 1-for-1 or a 1-for-2, or to get the objective, but they lose on the cross-map. And it's something that they usually were very consistent in. Not going to be the case here as BLG will give up the Herald.
I think part of it is exemplified here. If
Bin to answer. Will be a bit separated from his team. But all right, here we go. Third Dragon of the game. It's Gen.G that are first to the objective. And I think BLG are actually just going to give this one up.
Yep, they just decide top lane tower is more important. Bin makes sure they don't lose the turret off it as well. So it's a Drake for a tower trade across the very hard for Gen.G to hold. TP seemed a little over-eager from Gen.G there. Felt like the tower was pretty much lost. Could have just kept pushing in the bot lane, but they tried to invest some resources into defending. Delight is looking for Yagao, but Shun steps in the way. The depth shot coming out as well, and the Killer Instinct. A possibility here for Paze. He dives in, they find Yagao, the shockwave. It's not going to be enough. And Gen.G proactively find the enemy mid. Soul Unbound. Gen.G don't really have the vision control as of yet. They're going to try and garner it now, but there's wards behind them as well. The Dragon started, will be the second for Gen.G, down to 5,000. Bin with the Dominus, slowed, stopped by Doran, who acts as a bodyguard. Now the hook onto Bin, knocked up with a depth charge as well as Bin tries to heal himself up. Chobi getting onto the back line with the shockwave, pulls him out, shut out! Chobi down, but here is Paze to find another. The Dragon going over, flash away from Elk, twisted advance, they dive onto Elk, on the front line trying to get in the way as Shun forces Paze away. Shun will take down Paze, and Elk still standing like he's ever been for BLG. Elk still survives, but Doran finally comes to life! A triple for the Aatrox as Gen.G even out the fight!
It's 4 dead on either side! The Dragon goes in favor of Gen.G. Doran looking for one more. Shun, can you escape?
He saved everything in this series for this moment, can't find Shun. Set up the snap trap line, and Gen.G have to work their way down through the bottom side to make sure they can get in here in time. Delight has the flash, though they just need vision cleared out by Shun. The Dragon down to 4,000 as Gen.G look to push forward, push BLG off. Infernal change, there's the Nature's Grasp as well. The Dragon secured, it's Shun that gets it. Do we see a fight afterwards? Chobi for the big purple worm.
Well, there's a big cooldown. At the very least, I think BLG want to try and force Chobi's TP, force a response here. And in the best case scenario, they pick up the Baron.
The Baron has been begun. There's the TP from Chobi. Delight looking for vision in the pit, puts a control ward in. Doran going forward with the World Ender. And on the back of the wings of the World Ender, Gen.G look to make their final stand. BLG's fate sealed by the combination of the Aatrox and the Yone. And Busan roars into life.
It is the flank that they've been looking for. It feels like the entire series. Finally, Gen.G get the jump on BLG, who tried to bite off a little bit more than they can chew. And at the very least, Gen.G gonna walk away with a Baron here.
Well played fight from Gen.G. Elk didn't even get to use his flag.
When the inhibitor towers are being pushed, because Gen.G will want to try and push 2 waves, but now we see Shun stepping a little bit too far forward, locked up with just the hook, no ultimates burnt from Gen.G. On takes a chunk as well, Shun down to half HP, Bin stepping forward, Dorman level 18 already, able to keep the rest of BOG away, and Delight and Doran teaming up to make sure that BOG are on the back foot as Jovi goes forward, on going in, Shun looking for the Cataclysm as well, pops his stopwatch as Doran goes down, the Baron secured. BOG can look for more. How much further can they chase? Not much. They are in the driver's seat of this game, but as you said, BOG haven't been given much quarterback. And it might just be a soul into a Baron, into an Elder. Bank position. Shun tries to dive onto him. The Mortal Steel gets the knock-up. Doran going forward has been with the Dominus is locked up. Stopwatch, is it enough to buy him enough time to get out? It is for now, but Pace dives forward and Bin dies, and Gen.G have found the fight they were looking for. They turn their eyes back to the Baron.
Gen.G finally finds something. A pick onto Bin is absolutely massive. BOG are making the call. We'll abandon the Baron. It does not matter. We're going to try and defend for as long as we can. I did. The Yone in the top lane.
Chovy the target for now, but the cannon minions doing enough work on those inhibitors. Inhibitor in the bottom lane will fall. Pays, locked up, flashes away. The Cataclysm will get his GA, but is it enough here for BLG? Doran coming in from the flanks as Pays is brought back to life. The flag and the drag from Shun is just found wanting, but the engage continues from BLG. Gen.G disengage.
First part of On's ultimate actually clips him, gets the knock up, and it's enough as Chovy.
He's gonna kill him.
Falling low. Has the shield, but it's just enough to keep him alive. BLG were pushing forward to try and fight for the Elder, but Gen.G are looking for the Nexus. Shun already called out as they look for more. He's trying to get away, but there's one, there's two, there's more. But Gen.G, Pays diving forward, the killer instinct living up to its name as Shun tries to get away and will escape to live another day. But the Nexus, the target in the eyes of Gen.G as they are looking to fight back in this series. A reverse sweep is what it will take, and Gen.G have taken the first step.
A crazy one that they get Doran through the laning phase, and I also think that it's important that they find some advantages in the bot lane 2v2. Ashtom can be super obnoxious to play against. But yeah, I think that this game is going to come down to a lot of teamfight execution, and this is where I think a champion like Akali...
Fact in the top lane, Delight look for the engage, flash away from On. Shun can go in now. EQ flash away from Pays, the flash doesn't follow, but Pays is dead. The flip back onto On is not enough. On not tanking the tower. Abyssal Voyage forward, the dodge from Delight, he still has flash. Elk now tanking the tower. Shun and On haven't hit Delight. And so in...
Peanut looking for a lane gank here.
Shun's coming down as well. This wave pushing away from Pays and Delight means that Shun can just push forward himself. Elk trying to open up with the Rangers. Focus, the engage onto Elk. He still has flash heal, but he doesn't have time to get out. Delight gets the kill. Not what you would have wanted for Gen.G. Meanwhile, Bin trading with Doran in the top lane, and I know who's winning this one. K'Sante doing K'Sante things as the double flash has been used, but there's no dodge for the Q3 unless Doran puts on his dancing shoes. Can't find...
Of game 4. They're definitely not down and out just yet, but they needed to make something happen. Bot Jun now looking for something.
Down looking for flank as well. No flash on Pays, none on Delight either, or even Peanut. Pays pops the cleanse, but he's been locked up and he'll be shut out of the battle. Shun takes the kill. Delight next on the menu. He's ready for a tongue lashing. Yagao flashes, but can't get in range.
First item to look for fights, and I'm looking for a fight right now.
Season desist from Peanut could come in if he can get there in time. They're just trying to lock up Elk for as long as possible.
Level up!
Devour now used. He is level 6. The cease and desist. Will they wait in time? Peanut can't get in range. His flash about 5 seconds away.
Oh, a crucial level up there. If On doesn't hit 6 off of that wave, Elk is 100% dead. Would have hit the root if he didn't flash there. So then Bin could have changed his CC. Would have been enough. That should still be the Drake going over. Doran picks at least up a little bit of gold, but I think BLG is going to take that trade anytime as they're teleporting in.
5 second on Fate's call. Delight and Doran looking for something here. The equalizer could come down, but Just wasted in the end. On his way, like, can you kill Bin at this point?
We're about to find out,
only
Medic.
a Divine Sundra, the equalizer down onto Bin, doesn't take too much damage. The Riptail charges in, the Magnet Storm there as well as the Enchanted Crystal Arrow hits underneath the tower. Bin dashing away, surviving Fate's Core used as well, but Peanut, with excessive force, finds the kill. Does mean the tower doesn't fall. Pays will be able to get...
And like, aside from Tom Kench, we might see it right here.
Just looking for Elk, maybe trying to get the Devour down. Does have the flash, doesn't have the flash, in fact, to get away. Enchanted Crystal Arrow into the Magnet Storm. Chovy extending forward, but the Devour still available for BLG here as Pace tries to get on towards the backline, but Delight now pulled out with the Fate's Call. Abyssal Voyage forward by On. Chovy walking away, wounded. On with the flash forward. And Shun coming in from the side. Chovy cataclysmed and brought to his knee.
Opportunity for BLG to just overload and just throw down a Herald. Try and push down. They can do that. They can also look for a contest.
BLG have given up the ghost on this one. You can see Yagao walking forward. Nah, I'm just going to clear the wave.
Not feeling it.
Just taking the red as well. And I think a lot of it comes down to what you mentioned, Chronicler. With at BLG's blue, can Chovy survive what could be a 5-man dive? Yagao coming in as a clone of Elk. And Chovy will realize, as the arrow hits, he might be just caught out. He tries to flash, but he can't get away in time. Knocked back with the Intofos. And Chovy stayed a little bit too long. Didn't respect the arrow from Elk. The era of LPL dominance returning after a brief delay last year at Worlds. Peanut stepping forward here as the engage comes in from BLG, and Peanut's locked up. Yagao pops Blossoms as Gen.G starts to go pop. The equalizer coming down, and Shun now on the wrong side of the rip, but he can just EQ back to join his team. Pays rooted with the Tango Bars as Chovy looks for the backline with the Devour. Saved for this eventuality, he has to dash away.
Peanut just steps forward, gets caught, and now BLG making their way over to the Baron.
No smite for Gen.G, but a fight perhaps begins to materialize. No Tangle Barbs, remember, for BLG, only the Cataclysm and the Devour put on. Do you go in with the Magnet Storm? You do. Delight tries to dive in. Doran trying to burn BLG alive as On is taken out, but the re-engage from BLG. Perfection executed once again. Doran and Chovy in a 2v4 fighting for the lives of Gen.G, for the lives of the LCK, but can't find it. BLG get the Baron. Staring down a very long walk back into this game. 2 items complete on Pays, Ginsu's and the Blade of the Ruined King. Yagao here, cease and desist coming out as they try and lock him up. Doesn't have the flash, but has the pop. Blossom, Chovy dashes in, dashes back, dashes out, and dashes forward for the kill. Peanut takes it.
Can they get out though? Looks like they will be. BLG don't want to overinvest towards the top side of the map on the cross.
The TP now coming through. But as you rightly said, it'll slow BLG down a little bit, but I don't know if it's enough. The wave clear. Oh!
Magnet Storm flash engaged, the equalizer down as well as the TP. Gen.G have pulled the trigger, and they're looking to burst out Elk. Chovy dashing around, and Elk will fall. It's hunting season for Gen.G, and they found what could be the biggest kill of them all. They found a way back into Game 4.
I thought that it wouldn't be enough, but Gen.G just shut me right up. A beautiful engage in mid lane, catches BLG completely off guard, and just like that, as you said, Medic, Gen.G have found a lifeline.
Might be able to get the kill on Bin here as well, and he's going to be disjointed, uses the mobility.
Oh god, Cassante things.
Bin just doing Bin things here on the Cassante, and Tofos come out.
Shields!
The Sling's plate is not enough. The shield's not enough to keep Cassante alive.
But again, I draw my eyes towards the mid lane and I look at these items now being finished for Chovy. Level 15, soon to hit level 16. Elk?
Elk has flash heal. He tries to get across the wall and gets into the Razorbeak pit, but On is deleted. Chovy looking for more. He's going to dive forward into 4 members. He has a stopwatch, but does he have enough time? The Pop Blossom comes out. Chovy survives as he gets off towards the top side, and there is Yagao. And Busan roars into life once again.
And there is no objective up. But
we're going to be keeping our eyes on him as the game continues. He made that mid lane game-saving play. Let's see if he can find another. Shun looking for a fight.
Look away,
Delight!
And Delight goes in. On trying to keep Elk alive. The Pop Blossom comes out just in time from Yagao. But Yagao is gone. And BLG might be too. Elk trying to do everything he can. But Elk has been mounted on a wall. Delight survives. BLG die. And Gen.G do it all. They have fought back from the absolute brink in Game 2.
and it looks like we're going all the way.
It took one engage, just as we were talking about him. Delight again. What an incredible engage. He finds 3 members, and how does Elk even get to play the game?
He doesn't! And to me, this Rumble, I don't even feel like Doran is necessarily having a pop-off game, but the Rumble has just made it so hard consistently. But as you already pointed out,
them and the biggest prize of all, that Nexus.
The arrow?
The arrow onto Doran, but Delight is in the way. If BLG overstep, there's the equalizer already. Doran getting chunked out, and Doran is donezo. Chovy pushing in the mid lane. Delight can re-engage. No flash for him to disengage this, though. Shun misses the flag and drag across the wall. The stun from Delight. Chovy starting to collapse. There's the base call.
And if Yagao can find a flank, that'll be the difference maker. Chronicle was talking about it earlier.
Oh, here we go. In. The Devour immediately. Delight tanky enough, but Chovy is being dealt with by BLG right now. The Pop Blossom doesn't find it. Pace flashes the wall and immediately engages. Chovy's on a rampage now, and Gen.G are just grinding up BLG. A double for Chovy. They wipe them away. The TP towards mid. Gen.G are done with this game.
he's 17 and he's flashing over a wall with his back against the wall. Paige still find the play. Bindo.
You know, relentless force. And even more aggression from Gen.G. Delight in Pays after being put behind in the early game are putting on a clinic here at 35 minutes. It's game 5, a reverse sweep on the cards for Gen.G. And Busan and all Korea are behind them.
That Doran doesn't have to win the lane, but if Bin gets fed, I think this game becomes almost unplayable very quickly for Gen.G. I also think Delight in the last game, as good as he was enabled by the fact that there was a Fate's Call, allowing him to go for much riskier plays.
Highlighting how awkward this is for Gen.G in the early game, and Shun is looking.
Doran underneath the tower, EQ flashes over, Doran able to flash away, Ignite will tick him down and he will fall first blood to BLG.
Shun's
But it is what priority in the lanes get to.
Yeah.
Like Bin pushes in the wave, goes place a ward at the Krug. Spot lane gets pushed in, On can walk up, place a ward at the blue buff. You can see even now Yagao actually the one to get that ward over the wall. And BLG using the fact they have push mid, push bot, will get the first Drake of the game. A little later than some of the ones we've seen, but still relatively fast at only 7 minutes in. Kai'Sa and a level 6
yeah,
round.
don't get me wrong. I don't think that needs to be the play, but you want
There's
to
a
try
possibility,
something.
yeah. I agree with you. There's the Rift Tower picked up for Peanut. Neutral objectives traded early on here. Dragon for BLG is the bottom lane. The Dragon started up by BLG, investing all 5 members into this, and you can see Gen.G accepting the fact that BLG invest the resources. We don't really want to have to react instantaneously to it, so instead we'll give it up, get pushed. We do now, double TP invested. Bin, still no flash, does have the equalizer. Chovy dancing around, cease and desist available to Peanut. Doesn't use it because Bin is already done for. Chovy takes the kill. Meanwhile, the Magnet Storm onto Elk. He tries to flash away. Pays stepping forward, has the killer instinct. On is pushing in the side lane. No TP for him to join the fight. Yagao with the shockwave, but Pays takes him out. The killer instinct finds its mark. Doran locked up with the last embrace, but I don't think he is into him. Chovy. Oh, Yagao with the sidestep was going back to the wave, but
Still the Dragon though.
Gen.G used the time to take the Drake, and BLG will have Prio down the mid lane, but how much can they get out of that? The tower's still standing for now, but not for much longer. It will be full F2.
And they're just going to start it.
Yeah, they go back to it, of course.
To bot.
Pays is all the way down towards the blue
Whoa,
as well.
whoa, whoa, whoa! This is a massive mistake from Gen.G.
BLG won't do it too quickly. It's only Shun, Yagao, and Bin there
Doran
right
doesn't
now.
have Mega.
Coming in as well.
But they
Doran's
don't
about to
know.
fall off Mega. Delight can step forward. The control ward in the Baron Pit allows Gen.G vision of it. Elk still trying to do what he can. The equalizer down, Pays on as well.
Oh, right.
Storm hits on 3. Chovy dives onto the back line but misses. The Shuriken as Delight will fall first. Pays doing everything he can as Peanut has to dash away. The Senna will hit him from long range. Now Doran forced away. It's a 2-for-1 so far in favor of BLG. Doran just able to scrape his way away.
Wow.
Caught with the last embrace, but he goes into the Twilight Shroud. TP now invested by Gen.G. The Dragon
flash
up.
Shun.
Doran able to dash away. Shun going in with Cataclysm, but now Delight can really open up. Magnet Storm not quite off cooldown. Doran has a stopwatch, but all he can buy is the second. The equalizer now out. Doran falls. Chovy looking to hit him. He dashes back in with the Abyssal Voyage. Brings him forward. And Chovy is shut out of the fight. BLG find 2.
That might be it. That might be the moment that BLG have been looking for.
They're going to run towards the Baron. Doran waits too long with the stopwatch. Wants to get his Mega Gnar, ends up going down and then on. Knocks up Chovy, that's going to be Baron.
Doran holds his flash. Gen.G. The arena is full of dread right now. The hometown favorites of Gen.G. Ultimate, Peanut.
Onto Shun, Killer Instinct going forward as well. They can lock Shun up and they'll shut him out. The shutdown over to Pays.
They know where Peanut is. Chovy can TP though, but ideally he wants the back. Doesn't get to.
Now TPing in as well. Chovy gets in, has to dash away, but Shun still able to land. The knock of the shockwave was waiting, couldn't quite find his mark, but the flames are spitting from Bin, and Chovy cataclysmed into an early grave, and now Gen.G on the back foot. BLG, 5 members strong, will take the inhib. Will they look for more?
I mean, why wouldn't they? They have the Nexus in their eyes. BLG are looking to end it here.
Pays, Doran, Delight, and Peanut. 4 members strong for Gen.G trying to defend, but BLG as 5 push in. The first Nexus tower down. Delight can still engage. The shockwave finds 2, but the Magnus Storm from Delight onto the backline immediately locks up BLG for a second. The Gnar back from Doran as well. It's all on Pays. He's trying to do everything he can. The cease and desist under the tower will shut out Bin. Pays dancing and weaving his way around the fight. No minions left though. But BLG means they have to back away.
Gen.G hold on to their Nexus. Favor of BLG. The gold is pretty much dead even, but it feels like that this series has been all about momentum, and right now vision Gen.G have. Delight needs to be careful.
Awesome Grace going to hit him. He's going to try and jump away, but the chase is on. The equalizer coming out as well. Delight can look for the re-engage. Doran goes in with the Mega Gnar. Pays now dives onto the back line. Delight already down, but they killed off Elk as well. Shun tries to get in with the Cataclysm, and he'll get the shot down onto Pays. And now it's all on Chovy. He's dashing. He's dancing around the fight. The perfect execution for BLG may be too much. Chovy buys a second, but he just can't buy the win. BLG forced Gen.G out of their own jungle.
Here we are. They'll start this one off. The TP comes through. Doran's
got to be gone.
He's going to be forced to base. There's no smite. Oh my goodness. What a crazy team fight. The moment I saw Elk drop, I thought Pays can carry this whole fight. But then it was Yagao's shockwave combined with Shun's ultimate. The
TP comes in behind. Chovy looking for something. Delight already caught out by Bin. He's going to have to dash away. On going in with the Abyssal Voyage. Chovy looking for that flank position, but the equalizer coming down. And once again doesn't quite get him into the wall. Elk gobbled up as On is going to spit him out, and the tower's already gone down. Dawning Shadow out as Peanut falls. Everyone on Gen.G is so low. Elk still full A.
Down now, and BLG, they might try and look for the end.
And everything invested by Gen.G. No ult on Delight, not on Pays either. Yagao still has the shockwave to send a shock through the crowd here in Busan. Pays low again, rooted up. The shockwave just short. The stopwatch from Pays buys a second, but Shun still has the GA. Chovy trying to clear out the minions as the Gnar back from Doran once again. GA? But On just tanks for days. GA coming out from Shun, and now it's all on Chovy. It's all on Pays. And we were told Busan was the church of Chovy, but what's a god to
Not going to be ready for this. They're trying to set up the dive angle as well. 369. I don't know how close he is to 6. Dominus would be huge. Kanavi going to get spotted soon because he's on the other end of the wall.
He is on the grump right now. Looks like Kanavi's not really looking for it. 369 trying to bait him in, and it's going to work. The Dominus comes out. There's the crash down. And Cuz is going to turn. He flashes forward. Can they get it? No, they can't. First blood picked up by JDG. Immediately answered, though, by KT. And now the junglers are battling it out. But I think 2 tanks probably just going to have to walk away.
Although,
yeah, I have a feeling I know who's favored as far as the smite. But let's see whether the fight does actually happen. BDD over the wall. Backflip landing as now Keen will turn up. Knight in a bit of trouble as there's the ult forward from BDD. He's into the shroud now. Can they actually get this one to work? Kanavi gets himself out. Perfect execution, shuts him down. And the Dominus is still going to be there. Keen is very low, and Knight is there to support the Crocodile. The flash forward. 369's gigantic. And BDD just has to get over that wall.
the big thing here as well, missing joining the rest of the team. It's going to be a favorable kill. Check it up.
Great read from KT on just saying, hey, yes, you have some of these champions that might be more you better utilized at these early Rift Herald fights, but you burnt everything. Now Kanavi trying to match for Cuz in this top side.
Yeah, Keen going aggressive once again. There's the Dominus, and Kanavi's going to turn up. Let's see how this fight is going to work. Great ult comes through from Cuz, and now Keen's trying to survive. It's not going to work out. Whoa! It doesn't work. We've seen this before in the last gank play, and once again, the tanks just walk away.
It's exactly the same play. 369 gets... And also with Keen flashing from Kanavi's crashdown, so really JDG able to play around this. Renekton might have a fight here towards the bottom half of the map. Aiming!
Yeah, there's the knock-up onto Aiming. He's trying to get out, does use everything, but does manage to escape. Lands there to help out his Cuz. Getting down here as well. Moonlight Vigil, decent amount of damage, but he can't really get in there. Decent Arctic Assault, but now the knock-up comes through, and this Sejuani's in a bit of trouble. Teleport to come forward, though. The Glacial Prison connects, and now it's BDD's going on a rampage. Aiming grabs a kill onto Kanavi. Ruler's still up, though, still doing a fair bit of damage. And Knight has made his way down as well, but that's a one fight for KT, unless Cuz gets out, he's fine.
I mean, great turnaround from KT, the immediate teleport from BDD, phenomenal answer, he picks up a kill for himself, and now Knight looking for more.
Oh, BDD, there's the flash over from Lehens. BDD doing a lot of damage, perfect execution comes through, Ruler is there, and Knight, he's got command protect, that will keep the zero. These 5v5.
I will say though, Knight might be in trouble here as BDD is there, but I want to highlight, like, I think KT have really prepped for JDG as...
Ooh,
yeah, good.
Escape.
Wait,
Misses the
Missing's
dash
still here.
cannon, that's going to work out. Missing is here though, and we'll see whether BDD can get out of that. He ults forward, the dodges, gets out after the charm, and BDD's still alive. He's an actual ninja. It's happened.
What a play from BDD, styling on JDG in that bottom side, and buying enough time now.
Style as the fog being toggled. Are they going to try and make a play?
Yeah, in goes Cuz. 369's pretty tanky, but Permafrost has stacked up. They get the teleport out, and KT say, no, not biting off more than that, and they will take the summoner spell.
Still a big win, particularly because the 103 aiming.
This is a bit of a problem. Aiming's going to flash, but they have their eyes set on Lehens, and Ruler will be able to take him down comfortably. It should be this turret falling as well, unless this teleport's going to work out. Cuz moving his way forward as well. Keen, Counter-Strike has been primed, and the Glacial Prison is going to land on a missing, but he's going to be able to battle dance his way away. He doesn't even have to here. The KT now bearing down on this outer turret mid.
Oh, they're going to try and get something out of this play because the teleport investment not really paying off just yet.
They do manage to get the turret here, but JDG, they form the Phalanx again.
Nonetheless, maybe Kanavi can steal again.
Yeah, I was going to say, maybe they don't need control. Maybe they just need the horse to just wander away in there. As KT, 4 members here already set up. You can see BDD lurking in the sidelines. 369 goes in, aiming, trying to escape from the Crocodile. He'll get away, but Lehens, he may not be so lucky. Knight in trouble as well, though, as he flashes away. BDD trying to get into the Moonlight Vigil, flies forward, and Amy's going to lock down the first kill. Ruler's dead as well as BDD. Perfect execution! And KT will tear JDG apart! Is this really happening?
And they
It's only game 1, but still they're managing to win team fights.
And KT are able to absorb the initial blow of JDG. 369 goes in on aiming, but it's the Lulu that I think is the big difference maker.
I really feel it. JDG just trying to find someone that's caught out of position. Try and get that one pick to try and find an angle. KT have already started off the Baron, though. It's down to 50% health. Missing has no idea. Kanavi's going to move forward. The teleport's going to come in. Can Cuz manage to lock this down? He just walks in. But this time, Cuz gets the smite. The Magnet Storm comes through as well, but KT are just standing their ground. Kanavi ripped to shreds. BDD grabs one. And 369 JDG are just running for the hills. BDD's flashing forward. Knight, 5-point strike after 5-point strike, and the Shuriken is going to land. BDD grabs a double, and KT get the Baron and the kills.
KT are standing here.
I feel nothing. This is nothing happening as they push on forward.
Yeah, Basic for the gonna die. Ruler, the last man standing. There is 5 seconds left on Kanavi, but I don't know whether it's going to be enough. The teleports are coming in. KT gonna take down the first inhibitor of the game. And they're looking for Nexus turrets now. Kanavi thrown around like a ragdoll. Good double knockup, but the follow-up's not there from Missing, and Ruler is executed. That's going to be that. KT, off the back of an exemplary performance, will take game number 1 over JDG. We're only just getting started now, though.
Difference is specifically BDD's role in this draft, because you actually do have, again, a strong top 2v2. I do think that JDG this time around is a lot scarier, and I think that Nico really changes how a lot of those early skirmishes will play out. But it is, again, you know, Renex and Viego can set up for the stun for each other, get the...
You've now got this long range on the Jinx as well. It's going to make it a little bit more difficult for you to find those moments.
They don't know.
He's managed to sneak in. Cuz now looking for that opportunity. Knight, can he actually find it? Shape Splitter comes through to confuse them, but they will not be confused this time. First blood goes to Cuz, and KT are on the board.
And it's Cuz's pathing there is able to clear full towards top, and then just... I don't think KT can contest. Knight actually getting the prio. Early Drake might be going over. KT, they are still moving up though.
Level 5 for Lehens doesn't have that hostile takeover as now they're looking for the fight. Grand Entrance is going to connect. There's the Pop Blossom onto Cuz. They know exactly who they want. Bailout not going to connect.
Flash!
And Aiming has to flash to get out. Lehens going to do the same thing. The Zap is going to be blocked by the Renata, but that is still just a pickup for JDG, and they get the Dragon. In these team fights later on, and they have so much peel available. With Pop Blossoms, cease and desist, things like that, as Cuz on a ward here towards this bottom side. JDG just wasting a lot of his time here. Kanavi moving in as well.
Knight's on the way.
Yeah, there is the handshake, but it doesn't actually stop it. Teleports to come in. Lehens is trying to bail himself out, but it does not work. And now Knight's looking for the opportunity. Cease and desist onto BDD, and he gets picked up by the Pop Blossom. Has to flash. Moonlight Vigil is going to miss! And Aiming cannot find it. BDD is now running for the hills. He needs a dissonance if he wants to get out of this one. Dodges the zap. Missing is still just diving into the back of this pit. Ballbreaker is being charged. There it is. Oh, the secure does come through from Lehens. Missing, not going to quite find the engage he was looking for, though. Cuz going very, very low. It's a Hex Soul. This is going to be a big one, but the fight is still going. Keen turns up. Missing's trying to get out with the Grand Entrance. Keen, can he find an angle? The answer is no! And Missing just traipses his way out.
Looking at a Hextech Rift, both for like champions like Aatrox and Nico and the Renekton, can be a really big boon as KT are looking to contest.
Yeah, it's a 5-man unit here from KT. Lehens looking for the avenue, doesn't get it with the handshake as they're giving up on Shape. Finds 4 into the backline, and now Missing is going to layer that CC. Aiming lands some damage, but it's not going to save this massacre from JDG. BDD's going to flash, but 369 is still looking for more, and JDG win another team fight.
Knight says, BDD, you had your moment in the last game. Might have a bit of a moment now as Kanavi.
Yeah, Kanavi going to go back in.
No way!
No way! Of course he's flashing in. That used to be the ruler position. This time he's taking names.
And it's JDG taking down KT. They get the Rift Herald. They get the fight. They get the mid lane tower. JDG have come alive in game 2.
And it's not
too absurd. 2 items now completed. She'll be quickly working up towards that rapid fire cannon. Ruler is poised to take over this game, and nice, trying to see if he can take over against BDD.
Yeah, another shockwave to come through here from BDD as Pop Blossom comes down. BDD might just be okay with it. Super Mega Death Rocket will be avoided, and now the Clockwork wind up. Can he find the attack? There it is, and 369, he wants to get this kill over to Ruler. He's running as fast as his little legs can carry him, but it's Kanavi that is going to end up taking.
This is Shadow Flame as well.
Keep your eyes on 369 though. He's got push in mid and could look for a really big flank on KT here.
Look at the vision.
Yeah, Aiming's got decent guns, does move to a Calibrum for some extra range, and now KT, they're in a choke point. The charm's too massive from the quickness, as BDD is not going to get bailed out of this one. 369 locks down the first kill, and they are just running them over. Keen is trying to be a blender, but he's just getting blended. Cuz gets out of there, but that is 4 for JDG, and they look unstoppable.
It is a free-pronged approach from JDG. 369.
They're damned to get resources onto Aiming as he's going to clear out this top wave tower, but it means that you're going to lose almost everything here on the bottom half of the map.
Yeah, they are just going to be able to take down this inner turret. Inner in the mid lane also falling as Aiming versus 369. Don't like your chances, Aiming, and he's just going to be put in the ground.
Doesn't even flash. He's like, nope.
Yeah, no, I think he knew it. As these inhibitor turrets are going to follow suit. Keen looking for some sort of opportunity to keep himself alive, but he's just getting torn apart. Kanavi, once again, just queuing forward. He is not afraid of anything. Shockwave going to be avoided. Pop Blossom onto 3. And I think this one's done and dusted. An instant triple kill here for Ruler. Minions. And I think in 26 minutes, JDG will fight back, and they'll fight back hard. It's a best of 3, boys.
What a performance from JDG in game number 2. playing off of lane states.
Unlike in the previous game. I think the composition, Viego was a little bit divided about, but the rest, if you are able to win the early skirmishes, I think that composition can function. This time around, the Weevil hands on his Nautilus, which is by far his most successful champion. Tries to go for something there with both summoners being available for a ruler, as well as missing. There's just no shot you're ever going to get them as ruler flashing his...
Up towards this Rift Herald to secure that one again.
Yeah, Lahen's actually going to get spotted here by missing. He does grand entrance over to him. It looks like JDG will just claim this Rift Herald. No contest here from KT, realizing that they were beaten to the punch on this one.
Trying to throw an ultimate out there, especially because Herald's gone and Dragon is in 2.5 minutes as they're going up. Kanavi is hiding in the shadows, though.
Yeah, Cuz looking for that opportunity. Well done, it comes down. There's the Magnus Storm. First blood goes to Keen, though. Empress Divide going to be used for the disengage, and they'll take a plate along with it.
Where'd he go? Well, Mythic's just been plonked down in mid. JDG want to look for the fight.
Yeah, reset comes through on the Dragon. Now it's JDG that is set up. Cuz moving on over, spotted on the ward, missing, always knows what's going on here as BDD is trying to deal with this giant piece of shellfish, and it looks like it is going to be 2 Drakes going over to JDG in trade for no money picked up from that Rift Herald. So 2 plates, I guess.
Cloud?
And it's going to be Earth, Wind, and Fire, boys. This is, we can group tonight, guaranteed. As, okay, Cuz is just going to get caught out. The Magnus Storm is going to be used, but more of just a celebration of the circles. And JDG, they'll grab a red buff as well to this point, but it's not exactly great news. 369 really feeling good about how this one's working. Okay, yeah, Keen doesn't have a lot of options, and now Counter-Strike is on cooldown as well. In comes BDD, though. Keen, can he actually get the kill? There it is for 369. Empress Divide is going to pick that one up, but BDD had to invest his flash, and it's a 1-for-1 in the end.
That was pixels away from missing from 369. Just barely catches him, the Dark and Blade. And now the TP up to top side just to try and keep that CS
down there. Looks like Knight will be able to pick it up. And BDD doesn't hit
misses the Emperor's Divide. To be able to get out of there, Knight only needed the combo. These commands from the Orianna. KT looking to close in. It's a familiar area. Opposite sides of the rift, though, for both of these teams. KT still looking to try and get out of here. The Q doesn't land. The Infernal Chains don't work either. Empress Divide comes in, but the quickness is too good. BDD trying to escape, but he won't get out. But it's Ruler that manages to take him down, and now Cuz is on the run. Kanavi is looking for him. It's a double for the Sivir, and they are not done yet. In they go once again. The Crashdown tries to get Cuz out, but is Keen going to survive? He is. Still, KT are done with this fight.
Colossal win there for JDG. They're able to take down BDD and Lahen's as the people on KT a little bit too far forward. They see the moment of weakness, a lot of investments, but 2 kills, a mid lane turret. He wasn't able to actually do any damage. BDD obviously bought a little bit of time, but wasn't nearly enough. And, you know, this is not taking into account that this is JDG. Ruler!
Yeah, Hook is going to connect there. Ruler going to be taken down underneath his outer turret mid lane. There it is, the Ruler position. It worked out the last game. He's going to get punished for it this time.
Get the separation. BDD's pushed out, and BDD is going down again.
Hence is going to get taken out in this one. Aiming trying to offer some damage back, but they are some tanky members of JDG. Now Cuz, 1 versus 3, but does have BDD waiting in the wings. The Magnet Storm comes through. BDD trying to get the autos across, is now aiming, is going to join the fight. BDD still at full health, swoops in, picks up missing, but he's going to dash out of there immediately. Rule is trying to pop up, but he can't actually get to this fight because Kanavi's already dead. Keen looking for an opportunity. Infernal Chains, leap strike to the ward, and Keen gets out.
And it starts off with a Cloud Drake for KT. So if KT overinvests, JDG just goes to Baron, takes that. There is enough vision though, and we see Cuz and Lahen's looking as Keen is in a flank.
Yeah, huge flank position. There's the Magnus Storm. We'll see whether Jackson can get in here because Missing has found everyone. 2-man Empress Divide comes in aiming, is starting to free hit, but it's a double kill for Ruler. The Sivir is ripping them to shreds, and Keen was too late to this one. BDD did manage to grab one there, but they'll still grab the triple kill, and they'll grab the soul. BDD looks for Missing, but of course, Missing's just fine.
It is a miscommunication on KT as Cuz goes in so deep. Keen isn't.
They desperately wanted to make sure that they were going to be on the map to contest this, but it does give an opportunity now for 369 to say, hey, we're going to play it slow, maybe play it for Keen actually.
Yeah, it does get slowed down by the dissonance there. Shockwave is going to pick up Keen. Counter-Strike comes in, but it's not going to be enough. In the meantime, another fight is going to break out. It's 3 versus 4, and Gen.G are doing all right. Kanavi goes golden for now. Knight takes down BDD, and it's on aiming. If KT are going to make this one work, it has to be him, but he's dead already. And there's the shutdown to come through, cuz the last man standing. And Gen.G, I think they've just gone to match point.
They find their one opportunity.
Teamfight comp. It's because of plays like that. They invest 2 people to the top side of the map, get a free kill on Keen, and then somehow win the fight on the other end as well.
And it wasn't like they were massively ahead. They are now, and they're going to take down a Nexus as well as Gen.G. They are 1 step away from the semifinals.
And now he's completely transformed himself from the man that he once was into such a big Gragas connoisseur. It's going to be a doozy in that top lane to try and beat Keen.
Gragas also, you're playing into 2 immobile carries on the enemy team. Both Syndra
Are in this jungle setup.
Well, Cuz, completely unseen. He can blast Cone over, but instead the Vault Breaker is going to be charged. Finds it there onto Kanavi. And now it's a Smite War. Ward is in the brush there for KT, is missing, moves on up. I believe it was Cuz that secured it. Gonna be able to take that one away from Kanavi. Already a leg up, but they're looking for more. Vault Breaker connects once again. The flash forward from Lehens, but Kanavi's able to get over the wall with his own. And now the grand entrance comes forward. They know that Lehens is vulnerable. Ruler is looking for it. Kanavi finds it. First blood goes to Ruler, and BDD finds a scatter onto 3. Kanavi goes down, and now Ruler is running. Cuz is going to push him away, and Knight not going to be able to get in on this one. KT answer.
though, a little bit overeager. I think if the rotation is already there, as BDD is in trouble.
Yeah, meanwhile, in live, you can see BDD struggling here. The dissonance connects. There's the slow, and the punch to the ground from Kanavi. Locks down the kill on the Syndra. To be able to space himself away from Knight and Kanavi. His flash halfway done, as KT will be able to secure this first round.
The one upside is that with Kanavi showing a mid-wave, Keen actually gets to fix his wave state. We'll see if 369 is able to hold him off. As the first Drake will go over to KT. It's
missing. You don't have back stealed. Kanavi doesn't have 6 either.
Yeah, Kanavi going to look for this Rift Herald. Lehens in position. Aiming's already up here as well. Looks like the Lee Sin's going to have to exit the situation. BDD keeping Knight at bay, missing, moving forward. Gen.G a little bit split. We'll see whether they can actually fight for this one, because you can see 369 does have the inside track. That is going to be the secure on the Rift Herald. And now 369 has to flash. Counter-strike. Not going to be there. Keen didn't have his flash available to catch up to that Gragas. He's just too nimble. KT, they do get the...
They actually want to try and go for this. There's also basic... I think there's no mythics done across the board. That is a big spike. A lot of champions will look for, and I think KT are just going to give this one up.
Yeah.
And not able to find anything on the cross map either. Might get a teleport out of 369, but that is going to be all.
I was kind of surprised to see KT.
He's going to avoid the lane completely. Heads towards that bottom side. Ruler was pushing that one in. Teleport used bottom means that KT fighting around here could be a little bit dangerous. There's the flash forward from Cuz, though. They're looking for their target. Polymorph comes in, the exhaust lands onto 369. Aiming is looking for that kill. Takes so long to kill him. They're 1 for 1 so far, but there's the flash forward. They lock that one down. The unleashed power onto Kanavi gets his flash. And he looks to escape. KT looking all right in the 2 for 1.
It's a whiff from 369. Tech Rift, so we're going to BDD on Nico.
Yeah, but we wanted
in.
Nico. Yeah.
But I was going to say, you can do that for Missing. Where Missing ends up just blasting himself into position with an ult. So now, Missing, you can see how sneaky he's trying to be right here. He wants to be the one to make that play onto KT. They have no idea Missing's here.
BDD is so far up, he still doesn't have his flash available.
He's got to be dead.
Oh no, Missing is going to show himself. BDD tries to scatter to get him out of the way, and he's not going to avoid this one. He's just going to get taken down. Didn't have a stopwatch, and even if he did, he would have just been dead. And now...
Especially after KT take this mid lane tower.
So 1 Chemtech Drake in trade for this outer turret in mid lane. If KT can move towards the top side, then maybe they're going to be able to even out that trade. But with BDD falling down, does skew it in favor of Gen.G.
Oh, nice. You're being so disrespectful.
Well, no, because they have TP and Knight still has Crown. So, the TP!
Okay, in they come. Keen looks for it. It's 369 that they go for first. Scatter the Week does come through, and there's a cease and desist. Gameplay button comes in, and that is 2 for free for KT.
It's a 2v5! Well, Gen.G were like, we can take this, and that is coming back to bite them. KT pounce immediately, and they'll move to mid to defend the tower.
Keen, I'm like, where are you going? He's going to get tagged.
You're going to connect. That Killer Instinct comes in. Ruler wants it. Keen is not going to die just yet. right now.
Oh, aiming.
Kanavi! Oh dear. Another Feather Storm put straight on cooldown. There's the kick, goes through Lehens. It's nicely done there. As Keen dives in, Kanavi might be out of position. He should have a safeguard relatively soon.
BDD.
And now the Scatter the Weak not going to work out here. There's a flash from Cuz and he picks it up. The Mega Cone to disperse the players. And now Cuz could be on the wrong side of this. Missing, lurking. Lehens finds him. And a grand entrance comes in. I mean, we're not going to be engaging on this one. Just buttons being pressed. Lehens is flanking missing while Kanavi is flanking Lehens and Ruler is killing a ward. Cuz is still here. Of course, finds a Vault Breaker onto missing, not the target. Cease and desist actually going to be invested here. He's dead. There's the leap strike. Keen's going to lock it down. I thought I'd never see the day. The missing's overextended because he just seems to survive. Not that time.
The flanks were a puzzle and we just couldn't see the whole picture.
Take down these control wards. These Mega Scryer's Blooms working out nicely as missing once again. Going to be discovered. Cease and desist comes in and KT are bearing down on them. There's the Vault Breaker and Cuz just does it himself.
And missing goes from not dying with.
It's looking like game number 1 again. Controlling the map, dictating the pace of these fights, and again, Amy and Lehens having control over the bot side means that Ruler just isn't that big of a threat. And now Cuz, he wants more chaos!
Yeah, there it is once again. The cease and desist comes through. The flash comes out from Kanavi. Doesn't want to get himself in trouble. Teleport to come forward from Keen. He really wants to join this. And they might be thinking that it's Baron time, but in goes the quickness from missing. Great knockup, but there is so much damage on KT. He's not going to be doing that one again anytime soon. And JDG, oh, they're going to get stunned. There's a flash over from Keen. Looking for even more with his counter strike, and 369 will be pounded.
And
KT get another.
It looks like JDG are going to take it.
There's no way that this series cannot end in 5 games. After all the doubts, after everything, KT want to push us there. And Baron is in their sights. Knight
on his
and
way.
Ruler are all that's left.
Well, Ruler wants to try.
The Shockwave!
The Shockwave is massive on the BDD. Lehens goes down as well. And now the Killer Instinct comes forward. Aiming is looking for it, but Ruler says, not today, buddy. And they're even able to catch out Keen, who's looking for Kanavi. It was so good until it was just so bad for KT.
I got excited! I'm so sorry! I didn't mean to do it!
And the roller coaster comes crashing down as Knight and Ruler say no! You will not take the Baron! And JDG turn it around!
And that is a shock. The Red Bull Baron power play is still continuing to tick northward. This could be up to 3,000 as this inner turret is going to be taken down. There was a lot of standing gold on this map, and you can see Cuz and BDD are in the top lane.
Yeah, they're
going to be able to
inhib
take
for
this inner turret, but the inhib should just be taken down here by JDG. A 4-man strong, still looking to press forward, and 369 might be able to stop the backs. Exactly right, JDG, they do just take the inhibitor, and they're not looking for too much more. But still, that is not an inhib in trade, that is just an inner turret here.
Cuz and BDD are trying, probably not quite, just before the 30-second mark on this. But KT, do they find a roaming Gragas?
Well, he's looking for the back. It's empowered, but there it is, the Everfrost to try and keep him alive. But I have a feeling that even with his Zhonya's, he is still going to die. That is, yeah, that's...
JDG are on the way.
Yeah, they are. They're looking to try and help him out, but that's not going to work out. 4-3-6-9. Can they catch them out of position, or can they just take down some turrets? They don't have a wave, so it looks like the answer is no for now.
A lack of control. We'll see if they want to try and go for this nonetheless.
Look how little was used, though. It's only the ult from BDD.
Yeah,
and he wants
Ruler.
Ruler.
Flank. I don't know about this one. It could be dangerous immediately. He is going to go into stasis, but the Shockwave was put down. The Void Secret Ruler finds it. Kanavi finishes it off. The Featherstorm is going to be used. Aiming is the last hope here for KT. And the cease and desist goes down onto Ruler. KT is still trying to find it, though. Keen gets one back onto the jungler. But into the back line was Cuz, and he is going to be taken down right there. And as it sits, it's 2 for 2.
In the 4 versus 5, though, JDG are able to get the 2 for 2. They're able to get the dragon, and it's these magnificent plays.
OPL first seed here. They are bearing down on KT now.
And it's so remarkable how oppressive JDG feel, because the goal is even, Cuz.
There's the knock-up. Do manage to get him over the wall there to relative safety. We've got fights happening all over the place. As Knight is fighting Keen, he manages to get the Shockwave. He goes golden. Can he survive? Are the rest of JDG going to get here? There's the quickness. was used by Missing, and now it's Keen that could be in trouble, but he does have the counter-strike. There's the Unleashed Paradise 369 that pays for Knight's sins, and Missing might be getting the same treatment.
Oh, he's going deep!
That is so incredibly deep. The Cuz is the one that pays the price. At 1-for-1, it's fine.
He got mega cones, and then they...
You had an abort button on that particular R button there. You do not. Cuz was committed, and now Gen.G, they're going to start off. The Baron is going down extraordinarily quickly. Ruler has so many items. Keen has teleported in. Can they find a team fight, though, is the question. The Baron is out of it. And Keen, he goes golden, but it's going to be so hard to survive this. Counter-strike or no, Shockwave is a bit of a hula hoop, but Ruler is still going to say goodnight to Keen. There's the shutdown onto him. They take a blue buff, and now Gen.G just looking to press ever further forward with their
mega coning all over the place.
It is a dangerous tool in his hands, absolutely, for everyone.
Ruler!
He just looks for hands aiming, gonna get the wild growth. Missing goes forward, and he's the one that might be taken down here as Aiming's moving forward. Ruler gets exhausted, but he's still gonna convince Aiming to exit the fight, and now Cuz is too far in. He tries to queue away, and somehow it just works out for the Gen.G 80 carry. They'll take the inner turret, and I don't think they're done there.
How the hell are Gen.G still up and swinging? The Kanavi wants to go, still has the kick. Terrible fall.
30 seconds on Cuz. KT are going to try and hold on, but I don't know if they can.
Mid lane inhib is going to go down. They do have one siege minion available. They're going to have to wait for some waves, though, as they're getting to work on this bottom lane inhibitor. Keen Counter-Strike now on cooldown just for a little bit, but we're pretty late into this game.
15 seconds on Cuz.
Yeah, BDD, can he actually execute someone? Scatter goes wide, in goes Keen. Looks for the opportunity onto Missing, but he's so now. The Nexus is exposed. Gen.G a few auto attacks away from the semi-finals as the kick comes in. Aiming tries to stand his ground, but the Nexus is being fired.
It's a roll!
Oh,
Look at that! They end it! What? The cannon minion got one last shot off and they end the game!
That's how it's done, gentlemen. Gen.G will be heading to the semi-finals, and KT Rolster will have to start again next year.
Cool, calm and collected as always for Gen.G.
Yeah, no worries.
Not even close. And to be fair, you know, the ending might have been close, but the way that Gen.G was able to play out these team fights and regain control after KT tried to introduce so much chaos is remarkable.
Important match, absolutely. A crazy curveball to throw in game one. If you manage to come out on top in this game with a Nila pick, suddenly this is a must-pick ban, highly contested champion, can change the entire structure of draft moving forward. But can they execute on it? As highlighted, Nila very feastful.
Zika 6, so they're going to look for an all-in.
Zeus has the ulti, a bit extra movement speed. Will get away from the flank drag. Quick flash out to safety. Instantly just going to ult for the extra movement speed. Now the damage coming through from the Gwen. Tarzan looking to follow up the flash in. Zeus still living for now, but first blood on the top side for LNG as Zika cuts him down.
He hides his positioning, but it means that Zeus had to stay around because with that cannon, it was going to be a freeze. Owner will start up the Dragon on the bot side here, though, so we'll see if LNG has anything to say about it.
Really well done there by LNG. It's using the fact that Zeus really wants to get that wave in. The adaptation from Tarzan to, instead of going back, up towards that topside gank. T1 will be able to pick up the Dragon, and I do think that the fact that Zeus still had his teleport available.
He has every 20 souls, 15 AD, 20 range, 10% crit chance. So it's going to feel good every time you hit one of those breakpoints as Carrier. T1, 3 members in the area, ready to set up. Scout on the flank, however, going to look for the shove. Is going to manage to catch only Zeus in the meantime. Baker still standing strong. Shockwave getting good damage down. T1 quick to force the fight. Zika not powerful enough to force that one through. T1 taking one and might just turn right back to the Herald.
And T1.
So the Orianna is more than 1,000 gold ahead, and the Herald's now going to get dropped.
Yeah, Herald's going to come crashing down here, only going to further extend Faker's lead. As you can see on the bottom of your screen there, Scout doing what he can to just push everything back, but now they might just go in for the counter punch. Scout pulled away, forced to flash out to safety. The Herald still connects. Now Faker going to be in trouble, but again, there's no follow-up damage here. Orianna just sitting pretty. Thank you very much, Tarzan. That was terrible. And now what the hell? T1! They're living rent-free in the heads of LNG. They have a timeshare there, and they're just now cashing in.
And usually LNG feels like the communication there between Scout and Tarzan just not on the level it needs to be.
No, absolutely not. LNG are looking nervous in game one here. And if you can... Having that Banshee's Veil actually has incredibly high value. Not only against the hard all-ins, but against, even just having that MR is pretty high value. So I agree, people, very, very critical of these really defensive builds, but maybe in this case it works out because you've got a lot of damage on this T1 team. Some of them earlier on, but they're just going to play the map. They're going to try to get as much gold in the pockets of their carries as possible and attempt to be ready for this Soul fight, which is very likely to be game deciding. Because already on it, T1 are coming, so the fight is going to be on.
Have to be careful about locking themselves in the pit. Keep your eyes on Guma if he gets to the back line. Owner now stepping forward. Dragon Soul stolen, and now it's Guma Yushi looking to tear through the entire team. Goes golden right to the back line. Zeus continuing to step up, but Zeka needs to be the difference maker. Zeka needs to hold on, but there are too many members. Free firing into the Gwen. Zeus stands strong on the backside of the fight, taking down so many members on the side of LNG.
And Zeka tries heroically, but it's not enough. The steal comes commandingly. The only carrier ends up going down.
Busan erupts as T1 claim the Soul, claim the Ace, and claim the Baron. And you have to think they've claimed game 1 as well.
An incredible start to this. Hook not quite going to connect there onto Owner. He could feel the wind on his backside, but T1 just barreling down the bottom lane.
And honestly, it's just been a tough one for LNG because you lost topside around these engages at Herald, around this engage in mid lane. Your bot lane in the 2v2 doesn't really stand much of a chance. You're perma pushed in. So even once this Blitzcrank got out of lane, there wasn't much recourse for him, and T1 on the push. Zeus may be in trouble.
Zeus off to the side, but LNG has to be careful about overcommitting. Zeus still just taunting them, teasing them. Blitzcrank, can the hook come out? Cataclysm locking him in. They will connect, but he pulls him back. Apotheosis! Gumayushi ascending to godhood in that moment as LNG are torn to shreds. T1 too far ahead. They make it look effortless.
It's a clean ace for T1. Baker shockwaves the minions just to speed up the demise of LNG. The Korean fans erupt here as T1 gonna claim game number 1.
Busan will not be silenced yet. Incredible. But I feel like LNG have just been consistently on the back foot. Again, the second game they had the loss. They opted for blue side. T1, again, using this support counter pick to such great effectiveness, at least in terms of throwing off LNG plans. That said, still have to execute in game.
It's going to be so interesting because, when we...
Back to lane. Potential window here to try to capitalize on. Faker still has the flash available. The healing as well. Can he find a target? He's going to flash back under the tower. Shock blast there. Faker making it out to safety. Scout looking to follow up the healing now coming in, trying to find the 1-for-1, but Scout will stand strong, getting the kill on a Faker in the mid lane.
That's huge for LNG. That there's that big delay. He's going to lose likely a full wave as Faker is going to be able to bounce and push this back in. And T1 know they have full prio for this dragon here, so they're going to be able to start this up. There's no way Jace can join.
Really important that the gank works out though there, because Tarzan was like level 3 when that started off. And if that play doesn't end up working out, they fall behind very much now.
Will push back to safety here, but T1 now priority access to the second Drake of the game.
And even with Faker not hitting his skill shots, just the fact that Tarzan doesn't have his ultimate available means that LNG doesn't want to risk it. And it's going to be second Drake going over to T1 as well.
And with no cleanse on Gala, he had to use that down on bot side, the stolen Maokai ult, all of the CC available from Owner. I think Gala would have break the 2. And we'll have to see, who's going to be able to get that side lane advantage. If Zika...
Step forward, the combo coming through, the abduction of the Kitty Cats, once again forcing out the flash. The snare will connect, but there is no follow-up there. Instead, the Herald immediately going to get dropped. T1 now looking to grab 2 plates here. Flash in, though. Owner's not happy with just 2 plates. Scout now going to be in trouble, but they can't quite find the damage. Faker going forward, looking for a bit of revenge. After the first tower dive, he will find the kill on the Scout as the Herald crashes.
It's a great dive from T1. Owner, no hesitation, gets out, and they get the plates with the crash.
Hung now stepping in. The flash away, the flash to safety, the slows big. Guma locked down, should get taken out here. Chains of Corruption going wide. He will not be able to get anything back. Crucial kill over to Gala.
And really big play there from Zika.
Onto it, won't even use it.
Gonna be the heal invested instead. T1 still gonna start this off. Zeus does have TP available, and it looks like Soul Point, 17, not even 70 minutes in, is gonna go to T1.
Yeah, the initial play looked like it was going LNG's way, but with the first TP coming through, Tarzan had to retreat. They couldn't chase in and try to finish off Zeus, and it did mean that despite the trades back, a soul is a soul, and flat move speed is always valuable.
And a downtown arrow might be enough to get Faker in here. Scout zooming out to safety just in time. Not quite enough duration on that one.
Thank you, Merc Treads.
Honestly, a crucial purchase against a team with this much upfront CC, with this much engage potential.
We're going to try to get the Scuttle and see if they can find the better angle for the engage.
Scuttle down. Gala great guns for a fight. In terms of sustained DPS, he absolutely outclasses Guma. But if it just comes down to a poke battle, he will not come out on top. LNG forcing the issue.
Hong doesn't have a good angle to engage at all, though. Like, look where he's playing. He's almost like trying to mark Zeus, but he needs to get the backline. They're going to go.
Flash in. Owner Gala manages to make it out safety. Isolated for now. Looking for Zeus over the wall. Zeus on the backline. But Gala forced to safety. Chakrams stacked. Zeus can't find the angle, but the shutdown coming through for Faker. T1 taking the fight anyway. Gala looked good, but Gala did not matter. T1 finding the exchange.
T1, they're able to break up that core unit for LNG. There's not enough damage available, and that's going to be Soul for T1.
Zeus got so much done there for T1. The 0-0-0 Aatrox making all the difference as he comes over the side there, gets right into both the carries.
Gonna have to be careful about grouping for the Infernum ultimate.
Owner a little bit chunked here, and Hong's looking for that angle. They're going to try to pinch Zeus.
Dragon resetting a little bit here. Both sides backing away. It's just a battle of poke. Both sides hoping to bait the other one into pressing the trigger. The charm now coming through. Will it be enough to lock down Zeus? No is the answer. Scout given to the Aatrox as tribute, and now Gala's in trouble. T1 coming alive. They see the window of opportunity. They see the weakness in the armor of LNG, and they tear it asunder. There is no room left in the fight. T1 will take everything they want in this game too. Hung, a last desperate effort, but the TP's coming mid. I mean, that's going to be game.
They're going to throw for the end. T1 put LNG in a lose-lose position to contest for this objective. Elder, just too much power to give over. But T1 patiently prodding, find the angle.
And the fervor of the fans in Busan will not force T1 to play over-aggressive. They keep their discipline, they remain composed, they close out cleanly versus LNG in Game 2 and bring us to match point, a semifinal spot on the line.
What a performance from T1 thus far. Dominance in Game 1. And for Game 2, the word that comes to mind is control. Absolutely. Can be able to answer, can be able to poke, and I feel like they have got a lot more tools in their kit.
Yeah, because LNG outside of the Orianna is playing, and even that isn't going to be that good if you don't have control of the area already. A short-range composition into Poppy, Azir, and Renata, right? Single time as Tarzan and Owner are going to meet.
Walking in face-to-face. Sustained damage, neither side has that much, but right now a lot of damage coming in for Tarzan. Owner now just going to zoom his way out to safety. That's the phase rush proccing, Buckler coming in. Both sides squaring up with the big old golem here. Flash in, wall bang, first blood! Owner living up to his name!
Scout in this one, I think. Tarzan is going to have to farm his way back in the game, and the initial burst of Sejuani early on with Permafrost and the power over W and Aftershock is insane. But once your cooldowns are used and you don't have that available, and especially if the Poppy can find an angle into the wall, you're not going to be able to withstand the initial burst.
Absolutely, and I just think Owner plays it out so incredibly well. Drops the hammer on him.
Oh, dang.
But damn, that was just so...
On this roster, Zeus
stepping in, lots of damage. Zicken now forced to flash out to safety. Zeus holding on for now. Hex Flash coming in, Poppy going to try and save the day. Buckler goes in, a little bit of a slow going through. Zeus needs to be careful here, can't walk too far forward, but Owner just continuing to harass the E.
And if he stays up trading there, he's going to get scooped back, and he's likely going to be dead. So T1 going to use the mid prio, come down towards the Dragon. It's still a big CS advantage for Scout. We haven't really gotten to watch that, but Scout doing a really good job. By far his best performance in the 1v1 throughout this series.
And this is the man that was the MVP, right, of Summer, was able to carry this team, I think, when the rest of the players weren't able.
You have the safety and the move speed from the E, and you have, it's also allowed Gala to play Ghost when generally against Renata you always have to play
six.
Tarzan looking down here on the bottom side. Good initial damage. Nice pullback on the shockwave. Guma still standing for now. The bailout will buy enough time for them to get one kill back. Tarzan still standing, and that means Guma will fall. LNG find an angle on bottom side, but here comes the hostile takeover. And Faker knocking two, but the tower, it does not fire back. Owner does not have the angle to fall upon the Gala. He will just barely be able to find a Gala now, trying to make it out to safety. T1 need to get a kill back and return. Gala goes up. Gala goes down, but for now he is still standing. Finding the dissonance, finding the speed up. Gala making it out, and hope sparks anew for the side of LNG.
What a dive there.
Oh, as we might have another return player from Tarzan.
Rinse and repeat, finding the lineup, finding the angle, instant damage coming through Felios. They can get the root as well, if they could find the mark. But nice counter punch coming in from Guma, using the ult to stop the play in its tracks. Gala continuing to step up. Desperate to get a little bit more here, but has to be careful. The mark now coming through. Var is good damage. Guma wants to finish it, and he gets it! Absolutely outplayed in the 1v1.
Get away, but T1 will take the objective right off the back of it. Hong and all around. Tarzan is sniffing, but it's going to be too little, it's going to be too late, so it's about the fight if it's about anything.
On to Guma. Follow-up is there. Owner not going to connect. Zika on the backside. Hostile takeover is clean, and again, there's no cleanse available for Gala. It stops the play for now. Zika trying to find one. Owner surely should fall here. Still standing because of the bailout, but he will eventually die. LNG get the kill.
That is a big investment, though. Yes, they get the kill, but they lose.
Careful. Carry and Guma continuing to back up. 3 seconds left on Guma Yushi's ultimate.
There's no TPs.
Not without Iveris. Cannot one-shot the wave.
Look at the Hex Gate. Faker's on his way.
Ulti available for Tarzan in just a couple of seconds here. Counting down, ticking away.
Yeah, they can't do it.
Faker going to try to cover early ult to try to make it out safety. T1 backing off. Are they going to kill? LNG linger for a bit too long, not respecting the burst. And here comes Faker. Tarzan getting shredded by the soldier. One more is going to do it. The Emperor of Shurima finding the double.
The double kill for the king of the... Bring it up here. There's just no way to contest. You look at the top lane itemization. It is not even close. Zeus monstrously strong, and Zika just still trying to scrape up the gold for his first item.
Doing what they can. Hong can't even clear the vision. Gallo one item. He's doing all right, but he cannot face check in. Tarzan might step into the area just to try to attempt to steal, but it's too little, it's too late. Again, T1, the ones dictating the pace of the game.
Tarzan has been on the back foot right from the get-go, allowing Zeus to play basically an isolated 1v1, which with the Jace,
Baker
he's always going to win.
In the darkness, coming through, the pushback onto Zeus to the skies, dumped down, and T1 just running the rift.
His owner going to be chasing down Tarzan. He's got to run. Scout pushing out that tier 1 bot, but...
Zooming in. Ulti goes a little bit wide, but the second half of the root on the Chain of Corruption will catch. Owner wants to keep this 1v1 going. Scout now retreating. Scout now coming in. Stun goes in. The pullback nice from Scout, buying a bit more time. And now again the follow-up. The steadfast presence. And who is steadfast if not T1 in the face of elimination? 3 back-to-back clean early games as they fight against LNG.
And the only saving grace there is Faker ends up going down. Free Drakes. This early on is Tarzan.
Tarzan! That's your side of the rift. Zeus backing away. Gala off to the side. He can root up 2. Follow-up autos there. Roots. No, this buying a bit more time with the hostile takeover. Now they're autoing each other. They're just killing each other. LNG, the fight instantly turned to beautiful from Carrier, but Scout can't get the damage. It is not enough.
T1 are going to keep the chase going. Faker's going to take the Hex. They're going to have to find picks. They're going to have to find a miracle. But T1 have been so bulletproof in their advancement of the game.
Down Carrier overstaying. Will get cut down here. Not quite enough life.
You can't even get...
Phase Rush Poppy, nigh untouchable.
The crown has been popped, and T1 are starting the Baron. LNG, your year is on the line right here, right now. How do they get in?
Can they make it work? Tarzan stepping forward, frontlining. The handshake pulls them back. The Baron already gone. There's no fight left, and still Owner goes in, finds the knockup on 2. Zika in the back line. They're just forced to back away, but again, discipline is the story for T1. They got him the space to become the player that he wants to be, to become greater, as now Faker breaking in the mid lane. Again, Tarzan can fish for the pick. They might be able to find it here. Can they get Faker down? The pushback's still there. Faker trying to slide, trying to glide out to safety. The root is there. The damage follow-up is not, however. Carrier, the flash in, the handshake onto Scout. You will not take his mid laner.
Zeus pushing down the...
Next Soul with a unhit Varus, Azir with Nashers, and a monster fat Jace.
And Zeus, full confidence play. There's no reason he needs to do that, but he does it anyway.
Zeus puts Zika 6 feet under, and he's looking to seal the...
But T1, it doesn't look like the pressure's getting him whatsoever.
Feels like a victory march down the mid lane. Inhibitor knocked down. Again, T1 taking their time, don't need to overcommit. They have the waves on their side, they have the soul on their side, the gold lead, every advantage they could want. No reason to risk anything. It is slow, it is steady, it is controlled, it is massive damage. Gala firing back with the Inferno multi just to generate a little bit of space, but Scout getting chunks down. Don't even need a wave, just tearing through the tower as life bars shrink on the side of Gen.G, or LNG, excuse me.
Ridiculous, it's like 20 shock blasts in a row that this guy has hit. He's monster fed. And he is just having them
handshake
downloaded.
Back connected down to the wall. Zeus firing up with so much damage. Down goes Zika. The pushback is massive. Gala knocked out at T1. Eyes on the prize.
And it's the God of Thunder. He loves his lightning champions, and Jace was always his most iconic. And in this final game, Zeus shows why he still pulls it out.
Final push now, LNG, one last desperate hold, but they've got nothing left. And even as every other LCK team falls away, Faker stays standing. T1 stays standing. The last light of the LCK burns bright, and Busan is ahead to the semifinals.
And what a setup for semis this is, because I had faith in T1.
These were some of the best highlights from the Worlds 2023 quarterfinal matchups. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.